Brosplay!
Fuck. Listen to the music. There's like
It
a
sounds-
siren
hang
in
on.
the back.
Doesn't that sound like when you get near one of those red explodey boxes in
Yes.
Ratchet and Clank?
Well, actually, the developers of this game...
Oh my god, please look at those people!
Holy shit.
Turn the screen back a little bit. There's one guy right there. That guy. That guy right next to the map.
Just calm down, lady.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
Oh, Jesus. Slow down. The guy next to her is great. Look, they're repeated. Look, just down the line, it's the same people.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is so awesome. Look at the eyes on the guy on the left.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's a precursor, all right.
Yeah.
I like the flashes they put in there. This is epic.
Dude, they're pod racers. It's like a pod racer without the pods.
Whoa,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know why.
So you've got turbo and jump?
Yeah.
They didn't even tell you how to drive.
These are like rhinos.
Did they just drive forward on their own?
No, I'm holding X.
Okay, yeah, I'm surprised
Look
they
at the
didn't tell you
fucking
that.
turning thing on this shit, man. This is crazy.
Imagine a motorcycle, but you don't actually hit the ground if you lean
What's
too far.
happening?
Oh.
Oh my god! I didn't know you just failed.
There's no little like guy with a cloud and he drags you up and puts you back on the ramp?
What I was gonna say is that the people, the developers of Ratchet and Clank and Jack games were friends.
Yeah, and they have a lot
for
of
a
Easter
couple
eggs
years.
in them relating to each other, don't they?
Yeah,
Use your boost to jump.
and they shared technology. Like I forget who shared it.
By that do you mean assets?
Yeah, asset. No, one of them gave the engine to the other one, and then the other one gave them like assets and stuff. Which is why
an
they have
engine
a
not considered an asset?
No, assets are like
Visual things in
yeah.
the game?
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. You can turn better with a jump.
Really? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Well, that's kind of overpowered. That's pretty sweet.
these things are pretty cool.
Make sure you get your next boost. Oh, hold on,
Dex.
Dex.
Fuck. Yeah, I can make it.
Yeah, see, that's an aggressive corner. There's 5 laps to this.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh my god. That wasn't fair at
That
all.
was so unfair. Also, check out the font they used for the placing. That is so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that is cool.
That reminds
Illegible,
me.
but cool.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that was a 3? That big fat banana?
Yeah, look out. Fuck you guys.
I like how it zooms back just a tiny bit. Well, we don't want to put your face right in the
So
explosion.
you get like a really nice angle on the
Oh,
explosion.
nice. That was a really good grab.
Thanks. I'm basically only going to use boosts for this jump because
Yeah, I was going to
like-
say use it to get to the next one, but that's how you got in trouble last
it's like
time.
required. Whoa!
Whoa. I do appreciate that you can't just hit a wall at whatever.
fuck.
Whoa. Man, this is actually a pretty treacherous race.
See, this is a great example of like this is higher in difficulty, and you know if you're not a good gamer in general and it took you a while to adjust to Jack, then yeah, it's probably a difficulty spike, but it's obviously different.
The rules are much more clear. You run the race and you beat the other racers.
Yeah. Holy fuck!
I'm really shocked that you actually didn't
Oh.
get kicked off. I'm surprised you didn't blow up.
And if I jump off of that jump, as you saw, I will crash.
Yeah,
into
you
that.
will hit. I really appreciate that if you hit something going too fast, that you actually explode and die.
I'm actually having so much fun. This is awesome. I
Oh,
totally
dude, your ship
forgot
is smoking.
Oh no,
Yeah, I think you have
Oh.
a finite amount of life on this
that's
thing.
unfortunate.
Yeah, you're right. Just to save those for this very particular loop, and don't miss it this time.
Ah!
I
Oh.
don't think jumping is the move. You tried to merge
That
into
is
traffic.
so unfair.
You tried to merge.
You think I'm not
directly
supposed
in.
to jump?
Yeah, I don't think you should jump. Just
I'm
boost
gonna try
right
this
across.
just jumping, no boost.
Mm,
I'm waiting for these cunts to
yeah, I
go
definitely
ahead.
tried on the first round.
You guys can go.
That's not. Oh, you're just trying it.
I just want
Look at that eight.
space.
That is a very
That is a
artistic.
crazy
eight.
8. Nope.
Yeah, I think they've designed it to be just out of reach. Yeah, I really think the jump is screwing you up though. I like how you can go right over that guy to get to that.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty awesome.
it's kind of like in what's it called? Midnight Club. How you can just like turn and immediately like,
you
fuck
can
people up.
burn out and just push the guy next to you off his course. It's great with motorcycles too, because if you hit them hard enough, I'm pretty sure they'll fall off.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a motorcycle, right? So if they get hit hard enough for any reason, they should fall off.
That's awesome.
But you'd need like a, not that I would ever buy one in that game, but you'd need like an Escalade or something. Something with enough mass to basically be a wall.
You would get along with Matt Champion.
Matt Champion? Who is that? Nah! What did I tell you? Did you jump the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, who's Matt Champion?
He's from Brockhampton. He
Oh,
just has a
okay.
line about Escalades. People who get Brockhampton will find that funny. He's like, full Kazi, motherfucking Escalade, back it up like a con car. Oh, oh.
Back it up like a clown car?
Arr, arr.
I can't imagine driving a vehicle that big.
Skirt, skirt.
I just met somebody who has a Ford Taurus, and I've heard people describe cars as being as long as a boat. I've heard that expression many, many times, and I've never seen a car that I personally felt was as long as a boat. But this person had this car parked right next to mine, and they're the same color. They're both ruby red. And I looked at my car, and I was thinking, what are those big-ass pontoons on the front and back of my car? And it's her front and back, because her car is at least 3 or 4 feet longer than mine. Imagine parking something that's basically a limo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't
yeah.
want to do it, man. Yeah, she even said her trunk is big enough to fit 8 dead bodies.
That's a nice way to say
It's
it.
an oddly specific amount of bodies.
Yeah, just had 8 the other day. I mean,
Well,
no,
sacks of potatoes, not nothing else.
Yeah, that's how we measure potatoes, bodies.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, like a desk of cubits.
it's like young
Jesus.
sheep are kids,
Oh.
which is always really weird. Oh yeah, we're just gonna butcher us some kids. Sorry.
Cut.
Want to say that
those
again?
kids.
There you go. That's how you do it. Yeah, I think you were boosting too early, perhaps.
Yes, I was boosting too early and I had no control.
There you go. Now you just gotta get there. There's no one chasing you. No need for boosts.
Really?
No need
Really?
for boosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win. You win.
Back it up like a clown car. Ert. Wow, low res.
Yeah. It's not very shiny.
Whoa, she just she like slid over.
Yeah, she did not walk. She basically snaked her way over to you. That was rude.
Girls don't walk. They squawk?
They shuffle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Girls are an unusual breed. They're hard to figure out.
No.
Yeah.
You just gotta live with them full time and put all of your things aside and stop talking about
And do nothing that you find fun.
cool things like sports and video games.
What I do find really crazy is that despite sort of the law of averages, like the way people generally are, I find that there's a lot of situations that are polar opposite, where a woman will have all the exact complaints that a man normally has about women. And I find those situations very unusual because those people often, they don't have anyone to turn to for advice. Because, you know, if a girl is dealing with her boyfriend doing all these behaviors that no other men do, likely her friends don't have any, like, they don't have any examples. They're like, shit, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then there's Joe Rogan's theory about the girl who hangs out with guys.
That she wants it?
Well, no, that she just like kind of wants to have like people around her who are always into her.
Oh, interesting. I do remember him saying that. She likes the idea that there's like always people around who are attracted to her.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's also the other side of that, whereas I've heard from many women that they find it easier to get along with guys.
Yeah. I don't want to go any further.
Well, and I also think that's just it's just a product of what you prefer, right? Because some people, they are just into things that aren't their gender's general thing. So let's say you're a girl and you really like collecting bugs and blowing shit up. Probably not going to find a tremendous amount of female friends that are going to be into those exact same things, right? And I think it definitely goes the same for guys. You know, there's a reason that a lot of gay men are friends with women, because their interests are aligned.
taking it there. I like it.
It's all about interest, right? It's all about what you want to do. I think people get so caught up with what they are, they sometimes forget what they want. You know, I am a man, so I should want these things. Well, what do you want? Like, just start there.
An interesting thing too is that we're so quick to judge and label now that we're not really focused on what actually happened. It's just like he's a racist. It's just like you just gotta go there. It's just like, oh yeah, but what have you done by labeling someone a racist? Have you helped anybody? Have you changed anything beyond the?
It's not like they have to wear that on their forehead. Right?
Exactly.
They don't have to show the whole world that you said they're a racist.
Beyond like getting people fired and shit, which in the end
Is
can
nuts.
Can sometimes actually strengthen them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Somebody moves to a new job and they now sort of have a renewed vigor to do whatever it is they were doing in the first place.
Well, also, if you get hired after getting fired publicly, the person who hired you probably has a good reason for it. You're probably a good fit for the job that they're bringing.
Good
you
point, because they wouldn't bring you on otherwise.
Right.
That definitely makes sense. Hiring is such a hard business.
Oh yeah. In the end, like you can only get so much from a resume and interview. In the end, you have to take a risk, right?
Interview though, you get so much more than a resume.
You do, but in the end, like some people are just really good with the answers.
That's a good point. I like to ask. Well, I've never actually interviewed anybody, but when we do get new people, I like to ask probing questions that aren't. I don't like to quiz people, because I feel like people can get the answers to quizzes and just regurgitate them back to you. I prefer to ask questions that don't have answers, so you learn more about the person from how they answer than what they say.
I like complicated ones. Like, you see an employee stealing, what do you do?
Yeah, I think that's something that I would do. So I work in consulting, so if I was to be hiring someone, I would ask them, you know, let's say you're on site and you have this issue with the contractor, what would you do? And obviously, we'll train them what to do, and in your situation, you'll train them what to do if you have an issue with a customer. You're not just going to assume they know, oh, that reminded me of a game we used to play.
Yeah, don't break the ice.
Don't break the ice.
Also, I'm trying to avoid talking about work.
Oh, okay. And hiring, yeah, doesn't help.
No, I just meant specifics of my job.
Oh, of what you do?
Yeah.
You know, you and your specialty meat packing plant?
I don't know. No. I think it's actually worse to say what I don't do. Me and my race car driving career.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people are just like half listening, and they're gonna think that I used to be a meat packing
used to
car
work
driver.
in meat packing.
Some people watch this and be like, "Man, I wish I could do this for a living like them." We don't.
Yeah,
It's not a living right now. We're aiming for it. It's years off though.
Yeah, and whenever I talk about the profitability, the only thing I ever talk about is it making enough money to sustain itself.
Oh yeah.
You know, eventually it'd be nice to make money off it or whatever, but really it would just be nice to be able to buy microphones or like put up some sound foam that the channel paid for itself. Like, that would be really cool.
Well, plus like, then there's like hiring other people would be really cool too.
Yeah. Well, then at that point though, I feel like there's got to be a lot of money around to hire someone.
Oh, yeah,
you can't really pay somebody to do a job without giving them, you know, at least tens of thousands of dollars.
Well, I would want like their salary to be like already set aside essentially. Like I wouldn't want us to get in a situation like it'd be rough enough for us to have to go back to work. It'd be even worse to just tell someone like, look, we can't pay you anymore. So
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's where one of the buttons was.
I guess so. I love this because it's a nice little it like harkens back to the first game.
Yeah, it does. There was a
like
lot of mechanisms.
Five
like this.
steps, mechanisms.
It's not an inherently bad idea. The press all the buttons to
No, I think it's a great concept,
open the seals.
actually.
Yeah.
Just trying to find out if this hurts.
No, I think if they sink, they'll hurt. But for now, you're good. You're good.
Sinky rocks. I hadn't considered sinky rocks.
Just big old floating rocks that for some reason don't melt.
Dude, on a completely unrelated topic, I can't remember where I like I went like shit talking on Letterkenny somewhere on one of the Brosplay episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked about how season 4 just fell so flat for me.
Yeah, that it just didn't seem the same.
Yeah, so they released season 5 on Canada Day 2018.
Oh, okay.
And it is so fucking good. Oh my god.
They found their stride
It is
again.
the best season they've ever made. It is so refined. They just figured out exactly what makes Letterkenny good, and they just pushed it. And
So how do you think that is?
See, I went back to season 4 and realized it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it still has a lot of like really ungraceful scenes. So like the show is built around chirping and repetitive jokes that get like mingled in with other jokes. So like it's kind of hard to describe without using a joke, which I also can't think of right now. But you know, Wayne will make a joke about a thing, and then it'll end up like partway through the episode, the joke he made at the beginning will now be applicable to this moment, right? And then like it'll like pay off like way longer in the
Sort of
episode.
brings things full circle.
Yeah, and the 4th season was just like the same repetitive joke without it being natural, and that was the problem. It was just like, ugh, like I was just kind of like, yes, I get it.
Those are bad moments. The I get it moments, whether they happen in real life or while you're playing a game or watching a movie, I always hate those moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's isn't that where the expression beating a dead horse comes from? Those moments where you're explaining something that doesn't need to be explained, or
Yeah, I think
you're
so.
trying to drive home a point that's already made it home. And it's just, think about how rude that is to beat a dead horse. That's just that's really messed up.
Yeah, like season 5, like I guess they figured out that chirping was like one of the greatest parts of the show. So in season 4, for its fault, still has some great moments where instead of the heterosexual guys chirping other dudes about fighting and like, you know, talking to ladies at the gym, it's 2 gay dudes chirping the other dudes that used to chirp people. And it is so fucking funny because it's like new reasons, it's like new chirps, right? Because they're gay. Like all the jokes that they can make are completely different than heterosexual
Yeah, it's
guys.
a very different game.
You know, they're just like, they're hockey players too, so it's just like he can knock my puck around. Oh, like, better wrap this stick up tight or something. It's fucking hilarious.
Reminds me a little bit of like how Will and Grace had all these extra jokes that they could do and pull off,
Yeah.
because they had 2 gay characters.
And then season 5 takes it even further, and there's women that chirp people. It's so fucking funny.
I like that you're using that expression now, because you used to give me so much crap for that.
For what?
For using the expression chirping people.
Oh, yeah, well.
You gotten used to it now.
No, it's
been
because
normalized.
It's because back when I had a problem with it, chirping was just like insulting people. Like this type of chirping is like it's like refined, I guess, is probably why I like it.
But that's the thing about chirping. There's good chirps and bad chirps. It's kind of like some bird sounds you like and some you don't.
Chirps. I get it.
There's a difference.
A joke.
There's a big difference between a chirp and an insult.
Right.
Okay, fuck, we came full circle.
I don't know. Fucking inverted controls.
Just go down to the ground and walk around. Because there was already one there. I almost guarantee there's another one somewhere.
Probably.
I just don't like the complete lack of direction. It would have been way cooler if you had to scale up to the top of this cavern and the
Yeah.
buttons were in a sequence, and then when you got to the top of the cavern, there was some sort of a new path that opened up that allowed you to get to that pad you've been lifting. Would have been
Conveyances.
circular gameplay, it would have been better conveyance, it probably would have made this faster.
I'm just gonna go for this thing that I've been avoiding because I thought it was actually progression, like towards after whatever. I don't have words.
No, I know what you're talking about. Those guys that, yeah, the direction you kept going with the trapeze.
Chippy.
The trapeze.
Also, this is a weird design. Like, expecting me to get on the board with
For
almost
2 seconds.
No, I did it with no space. I think jetboard moments should be like very succinct and separate.
Really emphasizing those T's.
This is actually impossible to judge depth because the camera's locked and I don't know where I am in space,
Yep.
in relative space.
I think they put the shadow there for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we need to go in the end.
Yeah, but there might be a button up here.
I hope there's one here, because I don't really know where else to... Alright. Sure.
Great.
So that thing, yeah, still needs to come up quite a bit.
Fuck. Well, Oh, dude, there's a dude on the blimp.
On top of the blimp?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
A little dude.
Dude, is that one of the guys from your first game? Those purple guys?
Yeah, I mean, we also helped that guy. Remember that we helped that purple guy?
No, actually.
I drove him around on my motorcycle.
We did.
He looked like
we
unbelievably big.
Yeah, he was massive. He looked like an ape.
He kind of was. He was very ape-like. This is kind of frustrating.
Go to the ground and go right.
We've been this way. Hi. Yeah,
I
cool.
agree that we've been this way, but I don't think we've gone this way on the ground where we might be able to... Oh, no, we've gone this way for sure. Maybe that's... the littlest amount of flame. I also don't understand why a hoverboard... Why would a hoverboard melt when it touches lava?
Why would you design these guys to be that accurate? That's really unfair. The way that they can, like, pre-attack me?
Before they come out of the ground?
Before I get to the ground that they're at.
That's a really good point. They're... What do they call them? Their stingers are very annoying.
Yeah.
So is this level.
Yeah.
We found the first 3 in 6 minutes. And then we spent the remaining 12... Yeah, that's so true. This is a really tough platform for this.
It's funny, though, that I did it really well consistently.
Every other time.
Complained about it being too hard, even though it actually wasn't. There it is.
Aha.
Fucking conveyance on that shit is horrible.
Well,
from far away, I thought that was a... I thought it was a wall that needed to be broken through.
And you also clearly never enter buildings in these underground caves.
No.
Ever.
They're always pretend buildings.
You want to put some goddamn health drops? Bud?
Bud? They're a bud? Also, there's more Ontario-based terminology in the 5th season of Letterkenny that I've ever heard in the show. I have no examples for you, but I was laughing pretty hard.
There's a lot of Ontario terminology I didn't know was Ontario until I went to university and met people from other provinces.
Yeah.
Darts, apparently.
Darts.
Darts is not just Ontario, but it seems to be the eastern portion of the country.
Yeah.
That's not really a thing out in Alberta.
I actually used to hate it, and now I think it's awesome.
I think it's hilarious, and I also think it's a good way to term them, because I think it sort of points out how bad they are.
It's cigarettes, by the way, for anyone.
Oh, yes. Just assuming everybody's gonna know this Ontario slang.
I don't know if you know, but everyone's from Eastern Ontario.
Another thing that is kind of weird is the businesses that take over whole regimes in a certain area. So here we have Shoppers Drug Mart. So we just so if you're gonna go to the drugstore, usually you don't say it in those generic terms. You don't say, "Oh, I'm going to the drugstore." You say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Shoppers."
Yeah.
But when you say that to someone who doesn't know what a Shoppers Drug Mart is, they look at you and they say, "Is that a type of store or a store itself?" And people from Quebec have weird names for things too, for that same reason, because all their companies are just in French. You know, Poulet Kentucky Frites, which is like PFK, or no, yeah, Poulet Frite Kentucky. PFK.
In the UK, they call a pharmacist is called a chemist.
A chemist?
Yeah.
I think the UK has some of the most intriguing...
Hey!
There we go.
Are you fucking kidding me with that shit?
I know.
Let me go back and show you how hard that is to see that. God,
and that's not
bad.
That's not a puzzle. To quote Aaron Hansen.
Oh,
a puzzle
actually,
is something where you have all of the pieces.
Yes, an under-quoted part of that video, and I'm glad you remembered it, because it actually, like, I didn't even hear him say it. See, okay, so as I'm coming in...
Oh, you can kind of see it if you're looking
in,
for it.
You can barely see it, but I'm fighting two dudes.
Yeah, there's two guys
why would I
here.
be paying attention to that?
Yeah, and then as soon as you come...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's right in the corner, but I passed it like 3 times.
I see it. Sort of. What did you say a second ago? I don't know.
I am a fucking gymnast.
Oh, chemist. That's
what
you're
yeah, the
talking
chemist.
about.
Yeah, I mean, it'll actually say chemist on the front of the building.
I do find that the most, I don't even know what word to use for them. The most badass words tend to come from Britain. Things like, just the way they determine everything seems so completely unorthodox, but it just works. Trolley, bonnet, boot, crisps, petrol. They just have all these really cool words for. Yeah, it's endearing. I feel like Ontario's slang words are more random. They don't seem like it's just a couple of items, whereas it seems like everything the British do, they have to have their own word for it.
I think Ontario stuff is very charming, endearing.
You think so?
Darts is such a childlike way to refer to cigarettes.
Yeah, it is. And going out for a rip.
Going out for a rip.
Going out for a rip, are you, bud?
You just had to quote that song. Yeah, you just had it. All right, thank you for joining us. Next time on whatever.